Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Let's Play Together of Inside with my friend CapnMintbeard.
Yep, still doing good. We just got 3 zombies to go.
Yes, I'm really hoping that I can just easily find them by going the upper level, because I gotta be honest, I really don't know where they could be. I was sure that I had them all, but I obviously missed something.
I don't know. I didn't really notice anything. I mean, not really
This
sure.
looks a little, oh, there we go. Okay, so it was just over here.
Oh, okay.
Thank God. Okay, that was really weird. That oh yeah, this one's kind of brutal. Bye, guys.
They're fine. If they actually are zombies.
Yeah, they're zombies. They're good. It's quite a way of getting help.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. That's a huge relief. I was worried that we'd be stuck for another half hour looking for where's the last 3. That's the worst. For me, that's the worst part of any kind of collection aspect of a game. Is just like you have a whole bunch. You're like, okay, where's the last one?
Yeah, I mean I've been lucky with that. Every time I've in doing Let's Plays, every time I've run into that scenario, I was like, oh man, where is the thing? Like, okay, well, you know what? We're gonna take a break, and then I'll start recording again when I find it, and then I find it right away, like without fail. It's like, it's like I thought I was gonna have to wait a couple hours, but it was just right there. Oh, why'd I stop?
Yeah, that's certainly a huge help. Oh, you know what? I just realized that might be kind of unfortunate. Let me just check the stats on this. Nuts. Okay. Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it kind of sucks. I just realized that that I'm actually recording this at 1080p, which is unfortunate because I only have an Elgato HD. I don't have an HD 60. So if I want 60 frames per second, I have to downgrade to 720p. So unfortunately, this Let's Play will be in 30 frames per second, which that kind of sucks. But I guess it's not that.
So hey,
deal.
this is very opportune actually. In the comments, if you guys noticed the difference before Nathan said anything, say so in the comments. Little social experiment. Let's pretend this was intentional, because I personally have a theory that people don't really notice the things like that as much as they think they do. So let's find out in the comments. Real talk. Tell us if you noticed the difference before right now when Nathan spilled the beans.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out. So we're finally on the other side, and unfortunately, there's not a rave awaiting us. What the hell is that?
You've lost control of your zombies. Oh, and then there goes your helmet.
Yup. So what the hell do you think that is?
I mean, they look like gas pumps, kind of. Honestly.
Kind of, yeah. Ooh.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, so you do not want to mess around with this.
Some sort of shock waves.
Yeah. This is by far one of the coolest parts in the game. Just and I watched a whole expose on like them doing the audio for this part of the game, and they said that what's tricky about it is that that pulse has to happen every 6 seconds, but they wanted to make sure that that exact rhythm would take place even if the player died, so that way the 6-second pattern would always be there.
Right.
And then again, when you solve this puzzle, there's kind of like a change in the audio, but they wanted to time it so that the only way that you could possibly the only possible way you could complete the puzzle is on that exact second.
Okay.
So this is a bit tricky.
That looks a lot like an oil rig right there.
It does kind of, yeah. But yeah, what you have to do is basically pause that, and then you have to let it go, and you have to go up the ladder while it's in motion. But you have to do that at a point when it's going to protect you. So that's tricky. Yeah. Yeah, so let's see. If I stopped it there, it's okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugh. Okay, this is tricky. I'm gonna try. Okay, maybe I'll pause it there. Okay, go. Hopefully that'll work. Yes.
Ooh, yeah, that
takes.
That's clever.
Yeah, that's really clever. And then I think I might have to use it again.
That.
Yes.
Nice random bits of junk flying at the camera too.
Yeah. God, it just sounds so cool, and it's just like I still can't figure out like why this weapon exists, like what's it used for.
If that's even what it is. I mean, the presence of that one part that looked like the pump from an oil rig, maybe it is like just like some sort of mining equipment or drilling equipment even.
Maybe, yeah, that stuff could be totally unrelated to whatever this is. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. So, what do you think this is? These guys over here.
Zombie SATs?
Yeah,
maybe
zombie SATs. Well, I think it's actually probably more accurate to say that these guys are just your everyday crash test dummy.
Yeah, actually, on closer inspection, yeah, they do look a bit more. I just noticed those the dots on the sides of their heads.
Yeah. So, what was I gonna say? When I initially played this game, my theory on the weapon or whatever the shockwave is it possibly like a way of keeping people out? Like, is it just an extreme measure to make sure that nothing ever gets in? Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you played Mass Effect 3. You remember the part on the ship when you're gonna go rescue Legion? I think it's in 3, and they gotta avoid the pulses from the engine core. Remember what I'm talking about? Maybe it's something like that. Or was it 2 where they have the pulse? I think it's either. It might be 3.
It might
where
be
they have
3,
like the electrostatic waves from the engine core every few seconds, and you have to duck behind cover.
Oh yes, that is in 3. Yes, and you're right. You're on the Geth ship, and yeah. Oh, okay, I know exactly what part you're talking about now. That's part.
So
really hard.
I think it might be something like that, where it's just
be.
like a fact of life where you are. You know, like whatever they're doing, that's just part of it.
Okay, yeah, you might be right about that. Okay, so let's see. I gotta wait here. Okay, and then I go. Ooh, I did just almost moved out of view there, and I gotta wait again. Use this part. Ooh, I almost did it too early. Yes, sweet. Okay, good. Okay, so I managed to get through that without any deaths. That's good. I don't know if do the pulses still affect me here? Okay, I don't think they do. I think I'm out of the woods there.
Yeah, they seem to have stopped.
Yeah,
or you're just out of range or something.
Yeah, it just happened to be covered by it, or covered from it rather. Oh, such a cool part of the game. I love it. Now, what's interesting here too is that they actually did some clever timing with the elevator. That depending on how things work out, it might change the speed of the elevator, because they wanted to make sure that it still happens on the pulse. Oh, that's rough. Get me out of here, get me out of here, get me out. Oh, God. So that's a little intense.
Oh, yeah. And rather convenient that there is an air-filled room right there.
Yes, thank God for that. And I couldn't figure out how to escape the elevator the first time. Like I didn't. I was looking for a top exit, but it's just a side one.
Well, yeah, which that makes sense, you know, 'cause that's how regular elevators, you know, you would expect it to be.
To be a top exit, yeah. And I mean, maybe that's why they did it that way. Maybe they wanted to trip people up on purpose. Oh. Oh, it's one of these things where I have to hold it open. And then run for it. Yes. Actually, I suppose with the setup that we got right now, my reactions are kind of spoiling it for you, given the delay, isn't it?
Yeah, that's yeah. Like you're telling me, like, yeah, I made it, and it's like it looks like you're still swinging,
Still trying.
I mean, it's fine. It's working remarkably well, considering.
Yeah, like and I'm so glad I was able to do it this way so you could still hear it, because if you try to do this like if you're using the app to do the remote access, you won't be able to hear audio, and apparently you can't also hear audio if you're remote accessing a Mac. You won't be able to hear the audio, which kind of sucks. So, but I'm fortunate enough that that my wife has a PC.
Oh, so your regular rig is a Mac then?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I always do my recording on my wife's rig, but then I'll do like I'll do the editing on my computer, so because like I have like the editing software on there. But as far as recording, her system is far superior to mine. Yeah. That could certainly be a rant all on its own, but yeah, I'm when all of my Apple related hardware, once it can be replaced, it's going to be replaced. I'm getting out of the Apple game for good.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like, I do Windows and Linux, and just from like the guts of it, Mac OS and Linux are not that different. Most of the benefits, I mean, aside from certain tailored programs, which is just like a thing that Mac sells, as far as like the security and stability, they're basically the same.
Yeah.
And the learning curve is not that bad, just like how people think it's so hard to get a gaming PC. It's really not. It's not that hard to get into Linux if you don't want to. I edit on Linux and I record on Windows, so kind of similar for me.
Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I got to do some careful timing here. What was I going to say about that? Oh shit, that's not going to work, is it? Nope, not at all.
They have Steam for Mac too. Just saying.
My I was gonna say my Mac is unfortunately it's just too old to be able to pull off any gaming type stuff. But what was I gonna say about that? See, the whole problem, my whole beef with Mac was that back in the day, yeah, it was more pricey and the stuff worked. Like basically when Steve Jobs was still around, you know, they had this standard that they stayed true to, but now the hardware and everything is still just as expensive, but the shit still breaks. You know, the shit used to not break before.
Yeah, it's a popular conspiracy theory that whenever a new iPhone is getting ready to come out, they'll send out a bad patch for like a couple versions back to, you know, basically have them start messing up so that you're forced to get the newest one.
Oh my god, I would totally believe that, because my wife, she had this she had an iPhone 6 Plus, and there was this very obvious problem where the screen would just like go fuzzy and become completely unresponsive, and there were so many users that had specifically the iPhone 6 Plus that were all having this issue, and whenever you would call them and try to get support and just be like, hey guys, what's going on? You know, my friend's got it. You know, in this case, you know, my sister-in-law is in the Philippines and her phone still had the same issue. So it's like, okay, this is a global issue.
Right.
And they was just denial. Oh no, we've never heard of that. No, don't know what that could be. You know, they were just completely, you know, ignorant to it the whole time. And then turns out, you know, there was some kind of leak, and it figured out that yes, they knew, of course, that it was happening, but they just were choosing not to say anything about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like at my work with the work phones,
Oh.
they tell people until we tell you to update, do not get the latest system update for your iPhone unless we tell you to do it.
Oh,
Because
really?
they always want to vet it just to make sure it's not going to break them, because it seems like it's good for that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And
And my girlfriend, she has a 6 Plus, like you were talking about. She is, once she's done with that, she's gone back to Android. She's over it.
yeah, same here. So just before we conclude this episode, we have a it seems to be an attached mer person who's I don't know, got some blue and red cords hooked up to them. Hopefully that won't bite us in the ass.
Eee.
Yeah.
Maybe you can free them and you'll be friends or something. Who knows?
Maybe we'll be friends. Yeah.
That would be nice. Let's be optimistic.
Sure. Yeah, it'd be nice to have somebody help me out. All right, but maybe we'll find out if that's the case on the next episode of Let's Play Together with my friend CapnMintbeard. Go check out his channel.
Yep. Thank you so much.